Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Lil Brunson back at you with the back at you, and I'm the best reporting on the Eagles. Before we get into the meat and potatoes, I gotta let y'all know that this video was brought to you by Print Champs, big Print Champs in the building, bringing you everything, man. I'm telling y'all, man, the state property shirts are almost gone. You know what I mean? I put some more out because the demand was so high from the emails I was getting. I put a couple more up probably like an hour ago. You know what I'm saying? Man, you know, that's what we do, man. We curate the best graphic tees in the business. You know what I mean? All on the Lord Brunson page. Make sure you tap in via the Print Champs. Grab yours today. Use code BULLY10. You know what I mean? This is the week. This is what everybody was waiting for. This is what everybody's been talking about. All the offseason, all the back and forth. You have Michael Irvin going on TV saying how this is a big game. You have Micah Parsons begging for Dallas fans to come and attempt to take over the link. You got all types of foolishness happening. This is Eagles Cowboys week. This is the battle between the guys with the new money and the guys that keep talking about what they used to have in '96. This is what it comes down to. This is what it comes down to, man. You know what I mean? I mean, in my opinion, let's think about this for a minute. I think the Cowboys robbed us of a golden opportunity last year. We could have had this conversation last year. The stakes were, you know, the stakes have never been higher. You know what I'm saying? Last year around this time, last year when we could have played these guys, I'll explain. The Philadelphia Eagles, you know, after you know, all they had to do was beat the San Francisco 49ers in the playoffs. Had they beat the 49ers in the playoffs, we then ran into them for the trip to the Super Bowl. We held up our bargain. We got the #1 seed. You know what I'm saying? We took care of our divisional matchup. Had they taken care of their business, they would have met us at the altar. Since we so sweet, then since they got our number, how they think they do. But they never beat us, or they never see us in those big games. They never beat us, so they never see us in those big games. So you know, this is it right here. This is the closest you're going to get. The closest you are going to get to getting that big game. You know what I mean? Well, we had one in 2019. We beat them. We know how that go. But, you know, that in Philly is just not a good storyline for them, in my opinion. Every time they blow us out or do us dirty, it's often in Dallas or whatever the case may be. It's been against quarterbacks who, you know, Daks tenure, Carson Wentz, just a lot of quarterbacks who you wouldn't expect to be able to take care of, you know, the pressure in some of these games in the National Football League. But Jalen Hurts ain't none of them. You know what I'm saying? Jalen Hurts is none of those guys. The NFC Player of the Week, Jalen Hurts. You had some outstanding performances throughout this week as well, and Jalen Hurts was the one to get, you know, the Player of the Week. Much deserved for our guy Jalen, who had his best day passing the ball this season, and it's coming right at the right time. You know what I'm saying? Right at the right time. So, you know what I mean? When you look at the games that Dak Prescott has played the Philadelphia Eagles at home, it's a lot going on there. A lot going on. You got to understand, the Cowboys have a record of 11 straight home wins. They won 11 straight games at home. You know what I'm saying? That's their current streak right now. 11 straight games at home. They comfortable there, man. They're not really comfortable in Philly, man. Look it up. Look at the track record, man. Look at when Dak, every time the Cowboys got to play in Philly, either Dak ain't available or Dak don't win the game. Or it's a meaningless game. You know what I'm saying? A meaningless game. You know what I'm saying? Just look at it, man. Listen, this is no lie, man. And I think this being a home game for the Philadelphia Eagles is the biggest edge, because as a community, we really just don't like these guys. We don't like the Dallas Cowboys, man. We don't like them. We've been not liking them. This ain't nothing new to us. So, you know what I mean? I think the Philadelphia Eagles have multiple edges in this game. I think we have the psychological edge. I think we have just more heart than these guys. We're just better prepared. We better coached. You know what I mean? The defensive side of the ball is an exception for them. But let's get into the keys to victory real quick. You know what I'm saying? What's the first key to victory for beating the Dallas Cowboys? What is the first key to victory for beating the Dallas Cowboys? Now, for the offensive side of the ball, you cannot turn the ball over against the Dallas Cowboys. I looked long and hard, pause, for a team that these guys beat that turnovers didn't help them achieve it. The Dallas Cowboys not getting like game-changing turnovers in the end of the game. They're capable of flipping it on you on the end of the game, but they're not getting game-changing turnovers in the end of the game. The Dallas Cowboys, when they hot, they starting the game with block kicks, turnovers, and stuff like that. Now, I'm not a rocket scientist. I'm not a guy who claims to know it all in terms of football. But if you are creating these turnovers in the beginning of the game, what's really happening is that your defense is changing how the game should go. For example, last game in the first quarter, they get the block kick, they get the pick six, and they get the safety. You know what I mean? It was 19-3 in the first quarter. You had a pick six, a block kick, and you had 9 of your points, you know what I'm saying, came from defense and special teams. That hasn't happened since 2007. Now, it's not sustainable. I've been saying that all week. But at the end of the day, if you turn the ball over against the Dallas Cowboys, Dak and them play real good with a lead. When you look at what Jalen Hurts is able to do coming from behind, you know what I mean? That's why I love. That's one of the characteristics that I love about Jalen Hurts. When he does playing from behind, he takes his game up another level, as you see here. You know what I'm saying? This is playing from behind. Jalen Hurts has 6 straight games that have been wins when he's been down 10 or more. That's an NFL record. So Jalen Hurts' clutch gene is different. You know what I'm saying? So you're always in it if the game is tight, if you're the Philadelphia Eagles. So turning over the ball is not the way you want to go for this matchup. You know what I mean? You want to take care of the ball. I think we did a beautiful job of that last week against the Commanders, but this is not the Commanders we're playing. We're playing a very opportunistic defense. So turning over the ball, you know what I mean, means a lot. Establishing the run. You want to establish the run so you can get out there and lean on those pass rushers that they got. You want to lean on the Dallas Cowboys as much as possible. You don't want to make this a drop back fest. You know what I'm saying? We know Jalen Hurts got we know he got a bummed leg or whatever the case may be. He's not 100%. You know what I mean? Even to the magnitude that he don't even want to talk about it no more. You know what I mean? I don't think the injury is serious. It's clearly not. He's playing. But at the end of the day, it's just annoying. Like, you visibly see the guy is not 100%. So reporters are continuing to ask about it. He asked them last week not to ask about it, and they did it this week. So, you know what I mean? His reaction was his reaction towards that. But, you know, you got to run the ball. You don't want Jalen running it. You want your guys to run the ball, and you want them to hold on to the ball while they're doing it. We had some fumbles. I mean, I'm not even going to ask for Penny no more. If it's going to be Gainwell, cool. As long as you're establishing the run. I think that we could run on these guys this week. We're supposed to be getting Cam Jurgens back, so running the ball got to be a part of the game plan. You know what I mean? And also, I want to see more screens in this game. That's another key, because these guys are aggressive. They're aggressive, but they're not bullies. You know what I'm saying? They're not bullies. They're not bullies. Like, when I think of a bully, you know what I mean? I don't think of the guys that can bully the weak teams. I think of teams that bully the bullies. Like the 49ers, how the 49ers bullied them, how we bullied the Dolphins. Like, you know what I'm saying? I think they don't bully bullies. We bullies. You know what I'm saying? I think we could assert our dominance, you know, and that be that. On the defensive side of the ball, you got to be aware for the quick release of Dak Prescott. They're not going to allow Dak Prescott to hold on to this ball. It's going to be a lot of quick scripted design plays to get CeeDee Lamb involved. We got to be ready to jump some quick routes. I think we should press in this game. I think we should, you know what I mean, a lot of man with the safeties over the top. You got Kevin Byard now. You know what I mean? You can afford to play some man. You can afford to blitz. You can afford to do some things and be exotic. But I think, you know, being mindful of the quick game is one thing we got to do. So, you know, also on the defensive side of the ball, make sure you picking and choosing when you blitzing. Because that could be the blitz. Dak's seen a lot of coverages. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, man, our work is cut out for us. But, you know, I got the Philadelphia Eagles winning this game by a score of, I'm going to go 28-17. It's not going to be the firefight that a lot of people expect, but we will walk away with this W. Let me know what y'all think in the comments, man.